How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. Started. Why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. What is up, everybody? Oh, we're on the wrong screen. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode, to a brand new week. Here we are, second week of August, to deal or no deal, or should I say trade or no trade. Almost forgot to say that intro that I had planned for. God damn it, screwed up my own intro. But how's everyone doing? Let's quickly fix the lights behind me. Alexa, set nano leaf to 30%. It's a little too bright there. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, how's everyone doing? How do we start our week? Usually, Mondays are somewhat of all over the place kind of day for people. Some people have Mondays as their best days. Some people have Mondays as their worst days. There was a point in time where Mondays was my worst days, and the middle of the week were my best days. But now, for this month at least, very short amount of data to judge from, but for not just this month, more recent past, Mondays have been my best day. Today, not so much. Today I was green, right? I was green, which is good, but wasn't an amazing big day. Market looked like it was gonna go higher. It did go higher, and then later on in the day, with the Japan dollar coming back down, the US Japan currency trade pushing to the downside. Oh no, I completely cleared the playlist. The US Japan currency trade pushing to the downside, which brought the market down, but not all the way back into the red side. So that's pretty good. Right, market didn't push all the way back into the red side. That's a pretty good indication of where the market is. We're still above 450, but it looks like this whole Japan carryover trade scare is still not fizzled out the market yet, to the point where there now could be algos that are directly connected to the Japan USD currency. So anytime that fluctuates, there's a good chance that the market fluctuates. So it's a good idea to maybe watch the USD Japan currency, see how it's going on throughout the day, and see if it randomly drops. Maybe that gives you an opportunity to quickly cover your position position, or even maybe if it continues rallying up and you're long, maybe an opportunity to add more to your position. So something over here to keep an eye on at the moment with the Japan carryover trade. For those of you who don't know what that is, I would highly suggest you to go search up the carryover trade thing that's happening right now in the market. We recently watched a YouTube video about it. I think we saw it on last Sunday or the Sunday before that. I can't remember, but the carryover trade, pretty important to know if you're a day trader, if you're a swing trader, if you're a long-term investor, whatever you are. It's pretty important to know exactly what that is and why the market's moving around. Blind Jedi, trade or no trade. That's right, brother. I'm Howie Mandel. No, I'm Prad Mandel, coming in talking to you about how the market's moving today. What type of stocks should we possibly keep an eye on tomorrow in the pre-market throughout the day? What type of levels are cooking up in the market for us to trade off of? And some of the small cap spice in the market that's pouring in too. We got a brand new small cap name pouring in today in the market. So we're going to talk about that and basically prepare for all of these names on my watch list. Why don't we do that? Before we do that, I'm going to quickly say hello to my beautiful viewers. We got TH Barstool Bagel. I love that username, Barstool Bagel. John Von Sears in the chat. What's up, John? How you doing? And we also got, obviously, Blind Jedi, the #1 Discord moderator, baby. And possibly the best futures traders out there. Well, I'm kind of glazing when I say best futures traders out there, but he's a pretty damn good futures trader. For those of you who want to learn how to trade futures, or even want to take advantage of our absolutely free Discord server where Blind Jedi, posts his trades. In fact, let me actually pull up the screen and show you what that looks like. So over here, you'll see Blind Jedi has his own channel. Where's his channel? Jedi Charts. He posts his levels every single day, what kind of levels he's looking at. He's also posted, trade recaps. There you go. He has a trade recap today. Let's take a look at that. Looks like he got a short right here around, let's open it in the browser instead. So he got short right there around 18,630 on the breakdown of this little consolidation box. He has a volume profile going on also around this area. On the breakdown of that area, he went short. He added, probably covered over here, and then got a second short, boom, and then he flipped long in this area and rode it all the way back to the upside. So my boy making money in pre-market and also off the open. So shout out to your man, Blind Jedi. And this is why I say, go check out our free Discord. Absolutely. Why did I open Spotify? Absolutely free Discord channel where amazing traders like Blind Jedi and other people. Oh, there you go. I was just gonna mention Dieter and other people. We got Dieter putting, that's not even a clover leaf, Dieter. I thought that was a clover. But the Dieter posting clover leaves, and he also usually talks about trading, and we talk about a bunch of other stuff in here too. So come join us. The links are in the description below or in the bio, depending on the software or platform, sorry, I should say, that you're watching me on. Speaking of platforms to watch on, a platform that I stream on is having a lot of issues. I don't think my stream is going through on there. Yeah, it's not. Twitter, or should I say x.com, is having a lot of issues with because of this conversation that's supposedly happening right now. So look at that right there. It says, oh, did we miss it? Yeah, so it says they're having a call, right? If you click on it, I can't join the call. I guess it's just absolutely lagging the F out. And all of these space calls are just, blank, empty. The amount of requests to join the space call is probably being overburdened. The servers are being blown up at the moment. So it's just simply not able to handle any of it. And getting absolutely blown out of proportion, and because of that, my stream is not going through either. However, I would have loved to hear what that conversation is going on about. What are they talking about? And we could have, possibly sit here, listen to it on stream together. But nope, thank you, Elon Musk, for taking up all the bandwidth of x.com. formerly known as Twitter.com, and not allow me to even stream. Okay, at least let me listen to it if I'm not gonna be able to stream. But nope, not able to even listen to it. Absolute lag fest over there. Alright, since that one's lagging and we can't listen to it together, we're just gonna have to wait for someone to record it, post it afterwards on YouTube or something for us to listen. In that meantime, we're gonna have to talk about stocks, sadly. So let's talk about some of the stocks that reported today after hours. Absolutely none of them interest me for tomorrow pre-market, right? None of these stocks in the after hours names matter to me. I'm not gonna look to trade them at all. There are some names that report tomorrow pre-market that I do care about. Some of them being ON, Home Depot, Seagate, maybe even LUNR, Hut 8. You can add into there. So there's some names over here that are being reported, but sadly all of those are pre-market, so that means we gotta wait for them to report for us to really be able to chart or even look for levels to trade off of. But here's a quick little look on those stocks. ON being the first one. This is the hourly chart. Why don't we start off with the daily chart? So this is the daily chart. I can actually get rid of these lines. I don't need these lines anymore. Get rid of those ones. So this is the daily chart. The stock IPO'd in 2021, so not that long ago, and we're right around the IPO prices. That's the IPO low, that's the IPO high, and we're kind of just chopping it around IPO high and IPO low area over here on ON. So any positive earnings report, does it have an opportunity to go into this 44, 45 area and then find buying above it? Does it find selling into this area? And also vice versa on the opposite side. Does it have buying all the way down here into $35, which is also the IPO day low? Or is it going to have some selling under that price point, which will take it much lower into $30? So a couple questions over there that the stock will have to answer based off the earnings report, and then we get to possibly look for a trade opportunity whenever that move comes in. So keep this on the watch list. It is an apparel footwear company. Not expecting too much from the stock to move around. I think the stock does have a decent ATR. It almost has a $2 ATR, so maybe we do get a $4 range intraday tomorrow with some decent volume coming behind it. But fingers crossed, hopefully we get a good setup coming into play on ON. Elon is in big trouble with UK over the riots. Why would he be trouble with over UK riots? What? That doesn't make sense to me. Is it because he's voicing his opinions or whatever? Oh, come on. Let me join. But I don't. He should be able to voice his opinion. That's the point of Twitter. He bought Twitter so he can say whatever the F he wants. Right? Next stock that's reporting in the pre-market tomorrow, Home Depot. A $300 stock, a little bit more ATR on this position. This one's got an $8.84 ATR. Let's go to the hourly chart. So this one looks a little bit choppy, but we do have some levels to play off of. Let's see how the pre-market move comes in. And then once the pre-market move settles in, either to the upside or the downside, looks like. If I scroll back, the stock hasn't missed the earnings report in a long time. The last earnings report they missed was around COVID. And then before that, the last earnings report they missed was in 2014. So a pretty strong company, obviously boomer company. Also moves around, along with the home numbers whenever they come out in economic calendar. Also moves along with the retail numbers sometimes when they come around in the economic calendar. So Home Depot, I'm always pretty bullish on Home Depot, but I would possibly take a look at the building permits, the housing numbers, and so on. That would kind of give you an indication to see if Home Depot is actually selling as much as they were previously. But hey, now that's kind of too late to do all that research, right? We're only less than 24 hours away from the earnings report. So in my opinion, might as well just wait for the earnings report, let the move settle in, and then trade off of it. No reason to predict the move over here. There could be an easy pop into 400 that can get faded, or buying above 400 that we can play long for, or a move below 320 for a move down to 300, or even lower if the stock can find selling under 320 area. So a couple of opportunities should possibly set up on Home Depot. Let's hope that it's not a nothing burger type of trade like how my day today was, an absolute nothing burger. Sag. LMT new all-time high today. I mean, no, it's not. Guys outside my door upset as shit because, anyways, I'm not gonna say anything. Stupid Coco. So LMT's all-time high is $562.60, it looks like, but it did crack back up to the upside over here. Crack back up to the upside. What is that? Crack back to the upside after trickling back down. Looks like the 9 EMA on the daily chart still showing support. That means the trend is not over yet. Who is buying LMT? They think war is happening and war is imminent. So LMT is taking off. This was previously, I think, did I trade LMT and I made a profitable trade on it, if I remember correctly? That could have been a way bigger profitable trade had I held it. But who cares? Anyways, we're not here to talk about sadness and past stories. We're here to talk about what could be next. So LMT clearly catching some traction, breaking back to the upside. Let's go take a look at it on the 5-minute chart. So here's the 5-minute chart. I'm going to turn back on extended trading hours real quick. So here's the 5-minute chart. Looks like we opened today's open not really around any other technical level. I guess right around yesterday's close, or should I say Friday's close. Held around that area, popped back up, got reclaimed yesterday's high or Friday's high, pulled back, found support at Friday's high, found support on the pullback into today's VWAP, pulled back into today's VWAP again in the after hours, found more support and a little bit more run up to the upside. It is crazy to see stocks like LMT go up. My manager mentioned this, it's not normal people who are buying LMT like you and I. They're not buying LMT to invest in it because it's a $500 stock. People much rather go park it in AMD, Nvidia, Micron right now on the dips than buy LMT at the all-time high. So who exactly is going out there and buying LMT? And if they're buying LMT, what are they expecting from the world? Because LMT obviously is a big provider of arms and defense, right? Arms and defense. So if people are buying up LMT in this way, they're obviously expecting the escalation of events around the world. Taiwan, China, Iran, Hamas, Israel, Ukraine, Russia. Goddamn, is it gonna be a full-on World War III nuclear fallout? So this is scary to see positions like this. LMT and RTX kind of making a charge to the upside. Looks like RTX was a little weaker, even though it did manage to go higher. But yeah, maybe add this to your watch list as well. Any pullbacks into the little high that we made on Friday or even Thursday, showing support above that around $554. I think that sets up for a beautiful long. So I'm just gonna quickly add LMT. It's got to be a clear support on the pullback though. Clear support on pullback on the Friday's high or Thursday's high, which is exactly the same, honestly. I could have just done this. Give me a second. So Friday's high was 553.61 and Thursday's high was 553.68. So basically 553.70 to 554. That is a pretty small zone. I might just say 553.50 to 554. I'm gonna say a 50-cent zone, You got to keep in mind that this is a $500 stock with not much liquidity. Like today, it only traded 700,000 shares. So it could easily have a spread of $3-4 at one point, $2 at one point. So you got to be ready to give it more than 50 cents. And it has an ATR of $10. So you got to be ready to, you know, open up that risk if you're looking for that long. But the first area of defense for me with that pullback into that 550, 553, 554 area, if I can see a defense in that area, then I'm just gonna say 553 to 554. If I can see defense in that area on any pullback on LMT, looks like we could look for a possible long based on current events. I mean, today we had another stock over here that I'm gonna have to add to my watch list. Actually, add below, INDO, because this one is catching some traction. Shout out to my good friends over at Clear Street. Last time they had a trader meetup at Toronto. I met a bunch of the CEO and a bunch of the other people. They were nice enough to provide a bunch of alcohol for all of us. I got absolutely smashed, and that was the day I dislocated my knee. But they are providing nice little synopsis over here as to what you really need to know every single day on what happened on the market. So today, GNLN, this one's on the watch list already. I was trading this one today. SMCI on the watch list from last week, all going into today. INDO, didn't know about this one, but you know, clearly with an oil spike, with the Middle East conflicts headline, so INDO, Indonesia Energy, on the watch list, possibly even keeping a look on Oxy, XLE, not XLV, and a bunch of other energy names over there. LUMN already on the watch list. Gold, which is Barrick Gold, bunch of other small cap names over here, and other big names that the people at the Center Point, right? These American traders who use Center Point mostly are looking to make huge gains on small cap names, so they're always tracking small cap names for them. A great broker, not sponsored by them at all, but a great broker if you are interested to check them out. They're also in Canada now, but they are a big broker, and broker to some of the biggest traders out there in the world. A broker to some of the biggest traders out there in the world. So if you're interested with opening a brokerage with them, check them out. But they put me on the watch to INDO today, so that was a nice little read to see that INDO popped up, possibly looking for more trades. My dog is going crazy downstairs. He's probably ripping all the pillows. Hey! He's gonna be goddamn throwing all the pillows everywhere. I'm gonna have to go beat his ass. I don't beat my dog, chat. That was a joke. SE coming up with its earnings reports tomorrow. Earnings pre-market also with the HD and ON. So watching how this one moves. Look at that beautiful reversal right back to previous ranges from where the stock was at until the market crash brought it down. So the market crash kind of brought it down here, and then we reversed it right back with not a lot of volume, showing you. What is this dog doing? What is this dog doing downstairs? It's like 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock in between this time period. Dogs just go absolutely batshit crazy, and they just start like running around the house. They get the zoomies, and they start, you know, ramming pillows everywhere. He just takes pillows off the couch and throws them on the ground. Just hates pillows, and then he starts rolling in the couch. Ugh. We had to like put covers all over every couch just so his hair doesn't get everywhere, and it still does. Anyways, SE looks like the $67 area is a little bit of a barrier based on recent history. If we do get above that, we should have a little trouble into the 76, 76, 60 area to the upside on the earnings move. If the earnings is strong enough and the market is also taking the stock market, if the market is also going higher, then there is a potential that we see buying coming in above 76.60 for us to look along through this area. But it depends on how the stock gets here. Is it getting here off the open? How fast does it get here off the open? Are we opening here in the pre-market? So a bunch of variables will be taken into consideration based on how the stock trades in pre-market around this area if we get here. But let's flip the coin and say that the earnings report's bad and it doesn't take the stock higher. It actually takes it lower, right back down over here. Now if the stock goes right back down over here, that opens up for a way better setup. Why? Because anyone who bought on this move up is going to be absolutely scared of losing money. They just bought the dip, and their dip looks like it's gonna get a lot dippier, a lot more lower. They're gonna have their stop somewhere around here at the low of this area, at the low of this candle, at the low of even maybe, you know, $55, because that looks like a little bit of a consolidation on the daily chart before we break down. So that's not even 55, that's $51. So our line is at 55, this one's at 51.70, $52. So it could even go much lower than where they currently bought their dips at. So everyone who bought in this area, they're scared. So if the earnings report's negative and the stock pushes back down, that could open some real volume based move back down, because people are just going to be hammering the close button, the sell button, right? They're just going to be hammering the sell button, and the stock's just going to continue to plummet. So it looks, for the short side, I'm a lot more excited for SE because of how fast it got back to this area, because of how fast it got back into these areas. And that report should absolutely make all of these guys scared. But if the report's positive, then there is potential that we gotta pop into this area. Any dips can be looked to get bought up, and we could possibly look to see long all day in a swing type of mindset. So very interested to see how this stock sets up based on the most recent chart history. Elf Beauty. Another day, another downside for Elf Beauty, and actually going directly to that price point that I had marked out from previous. Wow, that's crazy. I was looking at Elf Beauty earlier on in the day, and I was like, okay, I'll try a long, but I will only try a long at 143 if it ever gets there. I didn't think the stock actually would get to 143, but hey, look at that. Surprise, surprise. Prastradamus strikes again, and he gets the level perfect that he drew a bunch of days ago. Whenever Elf Beauty reported earnings, we drew that level out for you, that 143 line, and looks like the stock that reported good, that is growing 50% year to year, is going to get absolutely sold off back-to-back days. So not the best move over here. But look, this is a big volume day. Right, that is a big volume day from January 22nd, 2024, where we haven't seen that type of volume ever, really. 11.7 million shares. The last time the stock did that type of volume was pretty much on IPO day. So you would expect that area shows some support. The not showing support above 143, above 140 could open up a lot of weakness for this stock, and that person that basically, let's say a hedge fund, you know, big trader, whoever it is that brought in 11 million shares worth the excitement for the stock on that day, whatever catalyst it was, those people are going to be worried if they're still holding their position all the way back down. So you would expect some support, some buying to come in, and even technical monkeys like myself, people who just draw a straight up line around the previous level like 143, around this area such as 130, 177, they're also going to be parking their buy orders and looking to see if the stock can find some buying. And the reason why I'm not 100% just looking at 143 and somewhat of a level of 143 to 140 140 because people can come in and shake out those easy buyers, those paper-handed buyers that don't have the strength for the wiggle to hold the stock $3 against them or $2 against them. The stock could easily go to 141 and then just absolutely rally to 150. It's still growing year to year, 50%. Their margins are also going to continue to keep improving according to their report, if I remember correctly. So this one, trade or no trade, I say trade, ladies and gentlemen. I say trade. So watching this 143 to 140 area to hold on this position. If 140 does not hold and we're finding selling under 140, we are plummeting to 131, 130 area on Elf Beauty, which is very surprising to me because the report wasn't that bad. Now another point to mention that the stock is now day 1 of SSR again today because it dropped down 10% today. So it was actually day 2 of SSR today because it dropped down 10% on Friday, but it is now day 1 of SSR again because it dropped down 10% today. So it will be on SSR tomorrow again, and maybe that SSR mechanic comes in and also helps us to get some juice to the long side over here on Elf Beauty. Probably my number 1 priority, if it has some volume in the pre-market. Even if it doesn't have volume in the pre-market, I'm gonna watch how the stock trades around this 143 area off the open and look to get long for some move back to the upside, because look, that report was not bad. Okay, TTD trade desk. So did exactly what I thought it should do. I even held up exactly at the 97 area. Let's go, Praddy. So rejected off of Friday's high, and we said, you know, we expect the stock to go somewhere between the mid-range of Friday, but then we also drew that line out for you guys and looked like the stock exactly found support at 97. This is setting up for a potential move into 102 now. So if the stock can find support into 97, move back into 100, and then get a chance to kind of break out of 100, then we got a perfect 3-bar breakout pattern almost. Not really a perfect 3-bar, maybe kind of, right? Maybe kind of 3-bar breakout. Let's actually Google that. Yeah, so exactly a 3-bar breakout pattern. You got a big move, a move down, and then a move breaking out through that. So if we get support into 97 tomorrow, or even if the stock, you know, opens up higher than 97, market gaps up, stock opens up higher than 97, we get some volume behind going into 100, that breakout into 100 could easily take that stock into this 102.67 or even much higher going into the next few days. So watching trade desk, see how it sets up going into this $100 area tomorrow. If it sets up for that beautiful 3-bar breakout pattern on the daily chart, I mean, that's just wonderful. That's exactly what I want to look for. 99, 50, 200 area on the resistance, and then on the support 97. If we get to buy 97 for a move into 100, even better, because that means we potentially can add on the breakout of the 100 and look for a potential target of 102.67, and then see if we can hold for the move, for a dream move higher. But if that doesn't happen, whatever, we just take our money and we run away. But if the stock opens up, gaps up higher, and then sets up for a breakout of 100, then you just take the breakout of 100 with your target at a 102.67, and then you still try to hold some for the dream move above 102.67, 102.50 or whatever. Hold it for higher than that, and then you got a nice little good trade coming into the day. So watch out, TTD trades tomorrow. Eli Lilly is a high expensive stock, so I'm not even gonna bother with looking at it. Robinhood, I mean, let's go to the 60-minute chart for Robinhood. Turn off the regular extended trading hours. Sorry. I mean, that's actually not that bad. There could be a potential move to 20, but I got better stocks over here with much higher ETF. I mean, Elf Beauty, LMT, SE, a lot of volume on those positions. Not that Robinhood doesn't have volume. I just think that I personally am not that interested in Robinhood. So I'm just going to skirt past Robinhood and go to Shopify. Here's Shopify today. How did I trade this stock? Why can't I zoom in? Hello? Okay, so here's Shopify, and here's how I traded the stock. I was watching it off the open. There was a nice little volume spike off the open, so it looks like the stock was in play. Awesome, check. Now we're watching it how it trades off the open. Opens around $69, runs up into 70 in straight 1 minute candle. And then the next candle immediately runs up to almost $71. Pulls back, finds support at 70. Okay, that's decent, but we're still not even done with the opening first 5 minute candle yet, right? We're still waiting for the first 5 minute candle to somewhat finish. As soon as this first 5 minute candle finishes, the very next candle, boom, we're to the downside. Now I'm watching the 1 minute candle to look to time my entries. How is the stock trading at the $70 area? Are we able to stay above 70? No. Is the stock showing me on the tape? Is there buying above $70? No, no buying above $70 at all. In fact, anytime we push into 70 bucks on the offer, immediately a wall of selling comes in and the stock pushes back down. So I'm now, okay, I figured let's go short. You got to keep in mind, Shopify had very good earnings. They've been making amazing moves in the recent past. The market is looking to go higher today also. So I'm thinking, there could be a trade here all the way down into that consolidation from a couple days ago into 68, or even all the way into yesterday's low to 67.30 or whatever. So there could be a good move here, a $2, $3 move that I can play with. If not, I'm not taking a lot of damage because my risk is just staying above 70. The power of staying above 70, give it like a shot clock. If there's 10 seconds ability for the stock to stay above 70 and show me buying above 70 on the level 2 on the time of sales, then I just back up. But the stock never did that for me. The next few candles, we immediately see a move right back lower, allowing me to add to that trade. Now we're at almost at 2x here, because I'm not risking $1 per share really. There is when I first took my entry, I'm kind of was risking all the way up here with the soft stop over here and with the hard stop over here. But once I take this fill, my whole stop is over here, so I'm not risking $1 per share anymore, but I'm kind of $1 per share in the money. So take some risk off the table, scalp some profits on that nice little move to the downside, a little bit of volume on that move down there too. So take some volume on that ding dinners move type of done that SMB talks about. But right after that move, the stock just consolidates at $69. Consolidates. We push into 69 instead of what happened at $70. Where if it held above 70, I would have looked for the long, but instead of doing that, it did that at 69. So I started taking out more size. 69 also happened to be 69 also happened to be the open of the stock. So if you go right here on the 5-minute chart, I'll show you on the 5-minute chart. Today's open $69.09. So as you can see right there, we push into the downside and we start kind of just holding above today's open. So I'm not really adding to my trade, but after it pushes back below today's open, I cover some position and then I start adding under the fact that the stock cannot hold above today's open and it's holding under $69. So I add back the shares that I lost over here, not that I lost, that I covered. I add back the shares and then boom, the market moved to the downside. The Japan dollar moving down, Japan US currency trade moving down, taking the market to the downside, ended up giving me a nice flush exactly into that $68 target that I was aiming for. Granted, I was looking for a little bit of a bigger move than 68. I never got that, so I covered my full trade and I walked away. Later on in the day, the stock popped right back into that $69 area. It is also the stop of, sorry, not the stop, the days open. It's also the days open. I was waiting to see how the stock would trade at VWAP, but looks like clearly we were not going to go to VWAP today. It just continually showed me resistance at today's open, so I started getting short again around today's open, risking for any move back above today's open. So my risk was at best maybe 15 cents at best, which never came into play, and I was able to capture $1 per per share move again. Every single time it flushed into 68, I just started covering more and more shares. You can see how I was holding some for the dream move in case it does go into yesterday's low right here at $67.50 in case it does go into that dream move of yesterday's low, but it never really did that. It did not give me a 1 ATR move. Just goes to show the strength of this stock. I guess that was, no, it was not a 1 ATR move. Shop's 1 ATR is $3.55, and I got about almost 1 ATR move. Had it given me another dollar per share into that exact target I was looking for at yesterday's low, that would have been a perfect 1 ATR move on Shopify, and that's how I structured my trade today on one of my best trades. This stock basically helped me get to positive and make some money on the day, which I'm happy about. But my day was pretty much nothing burger. I made some money, which is good, thankfully, to one of my best traded stocks on the day today. So we get to talk about that to you, show you how I traded it exactly bar by bar thinking. So maybe I could even make a video off of this on YouTube, bar by bar behind my trade of how I traded Shopify. But how do we look at Shopify for tomorrow? The fact that Shopify showed support right back at that $68 area is pretty good, but the weakness around 70 poured in again, and this was a level that we were watching to see how it trades around. So looks like there's still going to be some battle. We were gonna have to keep looking to see how 68 holds and how 70 behaves, but at the moment, as volume continues to decline on this position, as earnings days are done, this is what earnings day 2, day 3, day 4, those setups don't really exist. That's day 1, that's day 2, that's day 3, today is day 4. So there is really no earnings day 4 setup. So until the stock either pushes into $70 and shows me some sort of a trade over there, or pushes back into where we are today at the low of 68 and shows me a breakdown below 68 for a possible move below 68 all the way down, there's no real trade for me. So I'm just gonna put Shopify on the shelf and just wait for it to see how it sets up. SMCI with a nice little pop. Finally, a stock that's growing 110% year to year found some relief back to the upside after getting absolutely destroyed, absolutely murked. Let's see how this one trades. I got no setups on SMCI. You guys know that I don't really trade the stock, so don't ask me for setups on that one. Airbnb. Looks like Airbnb will actually not be able to get to that 116 area for a possible gap close. In fact, it might actually get under 113 for a move back down to 110, but this stock is going to be low in volume for the next few days. Even if it does break that 113 112.50 area, I'm not that interested really for a move into 110 on light volume. So it's gotta have volume in the open / pre-market for me to be interested. It is potential that this 112.50 to 113 area continues to show support for the next few days, and then later on we push into 116. But Airbnb is just kind of a shadow ticker on the watch list for those of you interested. Now let's go to the fun names, GNLN. Or maybe Palantir. Should I talk about Palantir first? Palantir got smacked right back below 30 over here, sadly. So we're going to continue watch to see if Palantir has some support off of the previous areas. The previous level coming in at $29.30, $29. As long as Palantir can stay above 29, I guess maybe there's a potential we get into 30 again, and then maybe a potential to get above 30. But I've already traded with this $30 area once recently, and I've seen how ugly it is. Barstool Bagel can understand exactly what my feelings are, because me and him talk about trades every single day, and we talked about Palantir that day, and I said, man, fuck Palantir, I'm done with this ticker. The stock never works for me when I need to, so I'm just kind of done with it. Just let it be. Not that I'm done with it completely. I'm going to continue watching with it. It's on the watch list, right? You don't ignore a name like Palantir when it's play, but if it's in play, I'll play it. If it's not in play, I'm not going to force it. Money Mitch saying love it. I'm guessing he's talking about me on my shop trade explanation? If so, I thank you very much on that. Hey, good stream today. I was watching you trade GNLN for a bit. That was a little choppy, man. That was crazy how you got chopped up in that $9 to $10 action, and you know, you missed out on the move to 8, but later on in the day, look at that stock. It went all the way back into the moon space territory. So obviously on watch tomorrow. Here's GNLN. What? $21? I didn't even see that. That is insane. GNLN, and then absolute smackaroos after that. Destroyed. So looks like if GNLN sets up for a little bit of a short opportunity on any pops into $15-20, $15.23 or even $17.23. What is the float for this stock? GNLN. Oh my goodness. Oh my, what? 500k float? A micro absolute tiny PP float. So be careful when you're trading a stock like this. These could rip so quick and die so quick too. Exactly like this move over here. It takes very little to move a stock like this, and someone clearly accumulating the float is going to dump the stock. The stock is only 500k float, and it traded 47 million shares today. So just imagine, you know, how easy it is to game the stock. I myself, no, I can't. 500k? 500 million K shares. Yeah, no, I can't buy it up with my prop account. But I know for a fact a couple traders who can buy the stock out with their prop account and manipulate it. So you want to be careful with the games that are being played in this stock. Looks like some of the games are getting rug pulled at the moment. So if that's the story, we get to play some of the retracement, some of the rug pull action. The stock could easily have a $10 move to $2 tomorrow, a straight down action to back to $2. And if that's the case, there could be some fun. But the shorts on the stock were really expensive. It was $50 for 100 shares. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to short the stock on pops. But if it is cheap, I'm gonna look to short it. But if it's not cheap, if it's like 50-60 bucks, I'm not gonna care about it to pay for the shorts. I'm gonna see if the dips get held and look for the long. As you can see, today's low right around $6.70 could show up as buying area again, and if buyers show up over here, that could be an opportunity to ride the stock maybe even higher than 2150 in the near future. So GNLN going absolutely wild. Let's look at INDO, a stock that's going up with apparently oil tension in the Middle East and so on, up 42% today. Let's go to the 60-minute chart. So that's pretty clean, right? So any pullbacks into $4 or so show support. Could possibly get interesting for a long for us, for a move back up. Very interesting to see how the stock actually opens up in the pre-market. Here's the daily. Here's a more recent high that the stock pushed into. So yeah, look at that consolidation right above 4. So if we do pull back into 4, show some support, INDO could set up for some good longs for tomorrow. Last but not least, we have our beautiful QQQ sector, S&P 500 ETF. We got the Magnificent 7 stocks and so on. So let's quickly go through these names because these are interesting. QQQ did manage to hold 450 on every single pullback today, especially that Japan USD pullback. Later on in the day, we pulled back a little bit more and just chopped around, but we managed to stay above 450, which is actually bullish in my opinion. But if you look at the stock, or sorry, look at the ETF on the 60-minute chart, we kind of need to get above this 455 area. We need to get above 455 and show buying above 455 for us to really kind of solidify that the bottom is in on the market and the stocks are ready to go back higher. Thankfully, we do have stocks like Meta, which is actually red today, wow. But we thankfully do have stocks like Meta, Apple, all rallying back up. Nvidia ending green today, AMD ending green today, Nvidia up 4%, AMD up like another 2% today. Micron is also up green today, if I remember correctly. So most stocks going back up, looking like they want to project back higher at least. But the scare of this whole Japan carryover trade still looming around, right? So we saw that scare pour in right off of a derivative. Should I even say the derivative trade? It's not even a derivative. It's just a different instrument. So that's the forex instrument that kind of came into play and tumble the market a little bit. If that didn't tumble the market, I wonder if the market would have been able to go to 455 today. So another opportunity tomorrow to show us that the buyers are here. They're going to protect the 450 449 area on the QQQ market and rally us back into 455 tomorrow. If we don't go to 455 tomorrow, that's going to be a little bit of a question for me on the market as to, hey, okay, we tried a couple days now, and what are we really waiting for? And I guess the question for that comes from economic calendars. We do have a pretty busy economic calendar this week. We got pretty big numbers coming out. I think CPI on Wednesday. Yeah, there you go. CPI on Wednesday. Export-import numbers. Core retail numbers. You also have PPI tomorrow. So lots of important catalysts for the inflation battle, for the interest rates battle that the FOMC committee is having. So these will have an impact on the market. These will have an impact on the market. The most recent economic data that came out actually helped the market a little bit. Instead of crumbling the market, it helped the market pop up and kind of gave it some support. So let's see if the rest of the data that's coming out the rest of this week, the PPI tomorrow, the CPI on Wednesday, continues that trend and pushes the market higher and higher. We also have this FOMC. We also have this Twitter/X call with Donald Trump and wow, 1 million people. We can finally listen.
I have to give the Secret Service sniper, they call him, or sharpshooter, but sniper, because he didn't know there was a problem. He's an extraordinary shot, obviously, and he didn't know there was a problem, and he was able to pick it all out within 5 seconds, and he used one bullet from very far away, I guess probably about 400 yards. The shooter was 130, but he was on the opposite side of the field and the podium, and he saw the smoke and the flame from the gun, immediately recognized it, and immediately took a shot, and it was one perfect shot from very far away. And if he didn't do that, Elon, he would have. I mean, if he would have, a lot more people could have been badly hurt and killed. So I have to take my hat off to him, because that's also a surreal. You know, he's been with them for 23 years, and he's never had anything like this. And all
right, we can check out that podcast later on by myself when I get my own spare time. Currently, I'm checking out the Elon Musk and Lex Friedman 8-hour podcast. I'm 46 minutes into the podcast. 8-hour podcast, or should I correct myself, 8 hours 37 minutes and 34-second podcast posted 10 days ago, a 2.8 million view. So I'll slowly get through it for the next week or so. Looks pretty good so far. Looks pretty good. But also on my docket is this Trump and Elon Musk conversation that they're having. But continuing on that thought process that I was on that thought train, that based on this conversation in Twitter that we're having, is that helping the market? Is that taking the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 a little bit higher? And looks like, yeah, maybe Trump is saying a couple bullish comments, and that's taking it higher and back not. Let's see if Bitcoin is taking anywhere. Bitcoin is a little bit higher, up almost 1%, and Ethereum just flat right now in the after hours market. But overall, looks like we are naturally just climbing higher on the Nasdaq market. Let's quickly go see if that's the same sentiment on the S&P 500 futures. That's also the same sentiment on the S&P 500 futures. So nice little climb back to the upside on both of these markets, and that's potentially giving us that rally into that 455, 456 area tomorrow, at which point the market will have to decide, right? Okay, do we have buyers above 455? Do we have more sellers sitting at 455? And where is the imbalance? What is the imbalance over there between the demand and the supply? Who is overpowering who and who's winning? And at that point, we get to make a decision and join the battle. So watching QQQ, watching S&P 500 on the hourly chart for these battles to play out. You also have amazing stocks such as Nvidia, who just popped above a previous level. So if we break back below this level, you got some shorts right back to the downside. But if we don't break below this level and stay above this little consolidation on the hourly chart, that could set up for some more longs over here to the upside on Nvidia, Micron, AMD, Apple. So very excited across the board for the semiconductor names. Sorry, not just semiconductor, for semiconductor and Magnificent Seven names. It just depends what the economic data comes out as, and if the economic data supports the market. Some of these stocks I feel like have already done the heavy lifting. For example, Apple is not that far away from the 200-day moving average. That should be, yeah, the 200-day moving average, 200-day simple moving average is at $222, and we're not that far away from that moving average. Usually, those averages indicate, you know, support and resistances, immediate bounce or immediate sharp rejections or immediate sharp bounce off those areas are visible. So looking at 222 coming into play, it'll be hard to expect buyers coming in pushing into that price point at the moment, as the overall trend for Apple seems to be a little bit down, right? A little bit down, but maybe buyers do come in, reclaim all of these important moving averages, and they show the trend is curling back up. Anything is possible, but I would rather not have to make a decision over here. If someone put a gun to my head and they said, okay, would you go long or short here? I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. But if you put me in that situation on Elf Beauty, I say, yeah, I'm going long. I'm going long. So that's how confident I am on Elf Beauty compared to looking for a trade on Apple going into the 200-day moving average. Mainly not looking long going into the 200-day moving average. If we do dip by and show support at these previous levels again, that opens up for a good long over here. But Nvidia, beautiful hourly level right into that 108.50 to 108. If we do see support coming into Nvidia around that price, I'm for sure looking to smash that long tomorrow. Let's see if the market supports that theory. Let's go to quickly Tesla. Haven't looked at Tesla today at all. Looks like Tesla did absolutely zilch. Here's the move for today. No, that's not today. That's the move for today. Yeah, Tesla did absolutely nothing at all. We're kind of bull flagging a little bit, right? A little bit of a bull flag. But, you know, we'll see if the flag resolves to the upside or to the downside. Right now, we're also lower high, lower lowing. And then we started consolidating in the middle of the range, right in the middle of the anchored VWAP that comes from God knows where. I have so many anchored VWAPs at this point that I might as well just delete them all, honestly. There's so many and they're just clunky and they're useless at this point. So there we go. Could possibly even delete this one. I'll just leave that one, bad boy. So overall, looking to see where it resolves to, and when the resolution comes, that opens up an opportunity. But until the resolution comes into play, no trade to be made. Ooh, since we're already playing trade or no trade to be made on Tesla until a decision is made. Maybe this should be a full-out segment, trade or no trade, where I bring in traders and we throw stocks at them and they look at the chart and they go trade or no trade. That could be a full-out segment. Money Mitch, if you're interested to do the segment with me on Trade the Pool stream, let's talk about it, Money Mitch. Let's talk some money, let's talk some paper. Let's talk some money, let's talk some paper. Trade or no trade. We even have suitcases with trade ideas and so on. Jesus, people, listen to that shit. That could be fun. Hey, man, I'm a creative dude, right? I'm a creative dude. I'm disappointed in Ford and not supposed to be under $10. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect? That's what you get for buying Ford. who's like losing what, billions of dollars? What do you expect? Did I not say it could easily go down there? Even got rejected on that relief rally. That relief rally got absolutely stuffed back down. That means it's going right back down to 940. I'd be careful. I don't know about this Ford stuff. But trade or no trade should be a full out segment, ladies and gentlemen. Should be a full out segment. IWM a lot weaker than what it previously was. It looked hella strong a couple weeks ago, last month, but now it's so weak, just dead. Sad IWM. Reddit, not interesting. Uber looks promising on the daily chart. Looks like it wants to break out of that $70. This looks much better. I mean, look at that grinding. That actually looks much better on the hourly chart, on the daily chart. On the daily chart, you actually got a perfect, you know, breakout, multi-day high breakout. Even what makes it even better is it's a recent multi-day high, right? You got bang 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 days in a row, and right before that you got multiple days as a support on that very same level. So the 69.50 to 70 area, if oops, didn't mean to go to the 5-minute chart. If Uber sets up for a, you know, somewhat sort of a breakout pattern going into this price in pre-market, I'm kind of interested to smash that. I think Uber could really blast off from this price tomorrow. If buying can come in, if the market, which is already gapping higher, it could very well potentially easily open into $70 or higher than 70, which is actually good. If we open into 70 or higher than 70, Uber could set up for an even better long tomorrow. So I'm watching the $69.50 to $70 area, setting up beautifully on the daily chart into the hourly chart also. So keep an eye on this one. Nvidia, let me quickly color Nvidia for myself and for that 108 price point, because I like that level quite a bit. And then last but not least, a fan pick, a chat pick, we got Pandubskis. Let's go to PanW, see what it looks like on the daily chart real quick. I mean, PanW, actually I want to go take a look at net. I guess if net has support there, its average 30-day volume is trash. Why did they like net? They like net. Let me quickly open up my, oh, okay, there we go. Main watch list. Net building for a breakout. I guess like building for a breakout over here. I'm not that big of a fan of it. Let's go to the hourly chart. I guess on the hourly chart it kind of is setting up for somewhat of a support here and a breakout to the upside or a breakdown to the south side. The stock has very little volume, so I'm not that interested. What else did they talk about? LPSN, Sava, Palantir, UPST. We kind of forgot about that one today. We got to go take a look at UPST real quick because that one had some sort of a play today. UPST is possibly setting back for another possible dip into this 33 area. Last time we held 33 on Friday. Actually, we dipped into 33 perfectly and just rallied all the way into 38. So we're getting another potential opportunity here to see if 33 holds, and if 33 doesn't hold, UPST sets up for an amazing short opportunity because their earnings report was absolutely dog shit. So I'm looking for that short. I was very surprised with their move on day one. I was able to catch a little bit of long on day two, but now on day three here, let's see how the stock sets up. Looks like the first area defense should be right around 34, and then I'm more so looking to see how this 33 area holds. If 33 area holds, that's 33 to 32.78, right? Yeah, that's 33 area holds on UPST. Could be a long there, but if 33 doesn't hold, ooh, we could have some big down moves on the stock UPST. Now I'll go to PanW. PanW on the 1 hour chart, I mean, yeah, looks like there could be a potential breakout, right? We got a little bit of a hold over here above what looks to be a previous line that I have. Yeah, so that line comes from there. We're holding above it. We just kind of gapped up or broke out to the north side. Sorry, broke out to the north side, holding. But you can see how this area has a lot of resistance, right? We're around 330. 340, but right into 340 to 345, 340 to 345 ish has a little pocket of resistance. So I kind of don't really want to battle that. If you can buy the dips into 330 for a move to 340, 345, that's great. But I don't really want to look for the breakout with this much noise right above it, because that seller, you know, they're not obligated to continue selling at that same price. They could move their prices lower and lower and lower and lower. So I don't want to fight this action. I'd much rather wait for this action to get resolved. And if I want to play with this action, I'm looking to bid on the dip. So if the dips come into play right around the 60-minute hourly chart low from today, kinda, even today's low is what, 325. So if 325 comes into play and actually holds again and finds buying again, there could be a potential move to 340, 345, whatever, on a swing basis. But you know, on a day trade, the stock's not really having that much of a volume increase, right? Look at the stock volume based, not having that much of a volume increase, and it's also only 7 days out from earnings report. If you look at it on the daily, all the stock is doing is kind of moving right back into where it was after the most recent market crash. So yeah, it could go back into that 345 because it was just there, but it also found a lot of resistance at 345 and really only found buying at 330. So you want to be careful kind of making a decision in this area when we're only 7 days out from our earnings report. If you want to gamble on that earnings report, and gamble is the right word, right? A lot of people love to YOLO on earnings reports. They love to put in large sums of money, maybe their whole account, and see if that can give them a shit ton of money in return by YOLOing, absolute gamble. Or sometimes they might take a, you know, okay risk, proportionate risk type of trade. You are more than allowed to do that. It's your account. Do whatever you want to do, but just know what you're setting up for. It could easily have a bad report and flush right back down. It could easily have a great report and break all-time highs. I'm not a prophet. I just trade off of technical levels and what the stock actually says on the chart on the day of, what the time of says on the day of. So I don't know what the future holds. If you want to gamble on that, that's up to you guys, right? I would never suggest that to anyone. SOXL. The semiconductors actually had a good day today, but the semiconductor ETF was a little struggling. We got above 32, but we didn't really manage to stay above 32. So it kind of was weird in my opinion. It was chopping up a little bit. But hey, at the end of the day, the semiconductor ETF did trickle up. They all closed to the north side. Obviously, you had Nvidia up 4% on the day. So semiconductor ETFs did well if you were watching that. Bitcoin still under 60K, but just kind of consolidating, I guess you could say. Not really doing too much, just chopping around. It did look like it was going to get under again, but it just settling. No trade really to be made on Bitcoin at the moment for me. I'm just going to be hands off on the Bitcoin segment. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is basically all she wrote for today's stream. We kind of just quickly talked about the economic calendar for tomorrow. I'll show it to you again. We got at 8:30 core PPI. The market should move a little bit off this number. Let's see if it helps the market out or if it crumbles the market. Right now, as we're talking about the market, looks like we are flat. We're up a little bit, right? Up a little bit, up 35 points on the overnight. Is that exactly where the market is? Let's go take a look, actually. I never knew that they show the exact futures price on there. Ooh, Kill Tony is also live right now because it's 9 o'clock. So that means I need to go make my food and I need to go watch Kill Tony, but not yet because we gotta go play chess before that. But before that, let's go quickly go take a look at. Oh no, why does it always happen when I pull up the stream? S&P 500 trickling down now, getting sold off a little bit from where it just was, man, making a good move to the upside, but the S&P 500 looks like it's moving back down over here. I just want to verify if these numbers are right. 53, 44, 40. 53, they're not right. Those numbers are not right. So anyways, this is why we use our trusty good friends at Think with Bookmap. Go check them out. Free streams every single day. If you're not using free streams like this, I don't know what you're doing. So S&P 500 at the moment pulling back, looks like. And let's go quickly take a look at NASDAQ, and that's where we'll end it. Ooh, nice pullback on the NASDAQ. We pretty much erased quite a bit of the gains. We're moving right back to VWAP. I believe the purple is VWAP. Believe the purple is VWAP. Oh right, the commands only work on this stream. I forgot. Pretty sure purple should be VWAP. Let's see if my command works. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote for today's stream. If you enjoyed today's stock market segment, all about trade or no trade, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let your friends know that TraderPrad is on YouTube, x.com, and on Twitch, talking about stock market Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Having a lot of fun, talking levels, talking charts, talking markets, and ending the stream, as we always do, with some chess. Let's go play some chess, ladies and gentlemen. Time for puzzle. Daily puzzle. Great show, Pratt. See you tomorrow. Have a great night. Thank you, John. Have a great night, my friend. Thank you for coming as always. The hell? Oh, because he can't go here and he can't go there. Ah. And you still above the close price. That's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like we just pulled back to the VWAP. Obviously, that pullback is not good, but a healthy pullback, I guess you could say. Pull back to the VWAP. Market, let's see what the market does from there. Why to move? Holy, this is the most active board for a puzzle I've seen. There's got to be a fork situation, right? Yeah, not a fork situation, but a horsey situation, I mean. White to move. White to move. Horsey situations. Horsey, horsey, horsey. Horsey situations. Horsey, horsey, horsey. Black to move. Thought so. Thought so. Alright, let's play. Let's play, chat. Let's play. Do we have our hate watcher TH in here today? Our hate watcher number 1 for chess? Oh, that was easy. Got that one. That was one. I go here, he's gonna do that. And I go here, he's gonna do that. Why don't I just go back? Because he's gonna kill me. That's why. I might as well make his pawns come out. Guy's a certified idiot. Just saw that one coming from a mile away, Sonny. Oh, because that guy's watching this. Alright, let's get him to move. Oh no, what the fuck? I kind of donated that one. That one was stupid. That one was stupid. What a waste. How do I get this dirty bastard out of here? I'll just castle this way. Fuck it, dude. I'll just castle that way. That's supposed to be a threat. Alright, that's 2, boys. That's 2. Count them up. 2-0. Today's redemption day, boys. Ah, you dirty bugger. Alright, come for me. Oh. Come Come on, ya bugger. Come on. No, you want to. Alright, fine. Pussy. This is what they usually do here. I have DJ Khaled as his profile picture. What the f— This is what they usually do here. Yeah, I'm all about my money, baby. I get money, baby. Oh, that's not what they do there. So I'll do this. Then I'll do this maybe. Think I should do that. Then I can take this, make him double up his pawns or threat the queen. Oh wait, I can check. Wait, no. But if I check, oh, Dieter's calling it out. If I check, he's only gonna move one over. Or he's actually gonna eat and I eat. And then he eats. It's not worth it. That's not worth it, champ. Not worth it, innit? Not worth it, bruv. Not worth it, mate. How about we just, you know, double him up? Double him up. Either he fucking eats that, or we double. Oh, he's got that in there, innit? Oh, mate. No, we don't got that one in there, mate. Holy. That'll be a waste of fucking... Alright, just retreat. Retreat. Horse for a horse. Retreat. Horse for a horse. Oh. Oh. Now we make him double up. Again. Oh. Now I got my pyramid going. Now he's doubled up. And now we move the queen here. Move this guy here. Move this up slowly, piece by piece. And plan our whole attack, my friend. Our whole attack. Oh my god, he fucked our attack, man. Fucked our plan. Son of a bitch, mother yucker. You mother yucker. What's your goal here, champ? What's my goal here? That's kind of free. Yeah. Free. No, not free. Holy. That's where we were. We could go here. We could go back to... Oh, I'll go here. Oh, I should have probably gone back here. That's gonna be... No, he's not gonna take that. He's not gonna take that. Oh, he forked my ass, dude. Triple forked my ass. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Guess I should have moved him here, eh? Fuck, man. All right, we lose a thing. He should have taken this one, made my thing go here instead. What an idiot. All right, we lose a rook. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Fork. Fork for fork. Fork for fork. You fork me, I fork you. You fuck me, I fuck you. You fork me, I fork you. That should be a chest shirt. You fork me, I fork you, and there's just two horses sitting there. Bro, that's a genius chest shirt idea. You fork me, I fork you. And then you should make a middle finger with chess pieces somehow, and the middle finger should be a knight. You know, the middle finger should be a knight somehow. And you should use maybe pawns. Pawn, 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 knight. You fork me, I fork you. Alright, come on, man. Let me get my third win. Go home, call it a night. Well, I'm already home, but you get the idea. Knock, knock. Hey, thank you. Free pawn. Another free pawn. Check. 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 He's gonna keep playing the check game until he makes the wrong move some piece. Yeah, there. That's the type of move I want. Okay. Do I go here or do I go here? If I go there, kind of opens up a little bit more possibilities, no? Oh, this opens up all the possibilities I want. Check. He's gonna have to side. He said knock knock back. Yo, I'm dead. I'm gonna have to protect the fuck out of my pieces here. Oh my god. All right. 2-1. 2-1. Knock knock. Oh, my queen, bro. I gave up my queen in such an easy faction. Oh my lord. That was such a win there. It's okay. We're 2-1. We're 2-1. We're good. We're good. We're good. Stop stressing. Count them up. Count them up, baby. Count them up. 3-1. We're going for record stream win today. 3-1. Really? Really? I know, but if I just take that, trade out bishops, I guess. Take my bishop and he takes my knight, or I can just go one here. Don't need to trade out my bishop, I guess. One bishop had to die. Kind of a fork, I guess. There was a fork between the queen and the bishop. I guess so. Don't really want to double up, but what options does this guy have? No other options, so I might as well use him to take that. Now this kind of opens up options here. That opens up that option. Actually, hold up. If I take that, he takes that. I take this, he comes and I come. I kind of win this battle. So should I start with pawn? I'll start with this because this opens up a lot more activity. I can come in for a trade, disrupt his activity over here. Okay, we'll do that. Wants to come in, we got another trade opportunity. If he doesn't, then I can kind of move this again somewhere. Okay, he wants to do that. Rook. A to E. Or move the F to E. I guess move A to E. Fuck it. Come on, kid, what you want to do? The Brazilian kid's actually playing not bad at all. Not playing bad at all. Brazilian kid's a little fucking annoying, honestly. Oh no! Huh? We're done on that. We're done on that note. Nope, no more. We're done on that bullshit. I thought I was gonna win that game. Well, that's bullshit. GG's. Good night. Hopefully, guys, you guys enjoyed that chess. We actually got some really good levels for tomorrow and some amazing stocks. SE, LMT. Not sure if LMT is going to give us a move. It might be one of the slower moves, but it might be something to keep an eye on. Elf Beauty for somewhat of a rebound from that 140 to 143 area. Trade Desk, Uber, UPST, Nvidia, and obviously QQQ, S&P 500, all that craziness. Maybe 830 gives some juice to the market. So I wish you guys the best on the market tomorrow. Obviously, we got a small floaters and some war names, or not war, but oil names also moving around. INDO, GNLN, maybe more small cap names come into play tomorrow. So keep your ears peeled. Use scanners on the mention of scanners. Shout out to my sponsor Trade Ideas. Those are the names. Trade Ideas actually helped me find out the names such as GNLN today. So shout out to Trade Ideas. Check out the link below in the description. Use code PRAD15 at checkout to get 15% off. Also check out my good friends over at Benzinga, who we use pretty often to read earnings reports. We didn't get to read any earnings reports tonight because there was no main companies, so we didn't get to use them, but check them out. Most likely we'll use them tomorrow to see how Home Depot and a bunch of other companies reported. For that, tune in for streaming 8 o'clock Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Check out my affiliate sponsors. Check out my social media links. All those links in the description below on YouTube or in the bio, depending on the software or platform you're watching me on. I wish you guys the best rest of your night and an even better market day tomorrow. It's time to roll in the outro. Time for me to head out with the outro. See you guys until next time. TraderPrad out. Peace. Get destroyed. Get ready for trade off of. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen. screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.